my goodness, it has been some time since I've made one of these. I'm driving to drop off treasure bag. I got a box of bags here. I'll show you one. Hold on. Boom. This is last year's design. The key difference from last year to this year, last year had this fish and this year does not. About to race. Oh yeah. Subaru versus CRV. Guess who won? Subaru. They put on the wrong turn signal though. All right. Rolled up the window because it's about to get serious. You know, life is wild, right? We know things happen and change and all the things. I made some art recently that feels really good. You know, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the art and how I began my art career by finding some paints by a dumpster. And this may be in an earlier video, I'm not sure, but either way, you know, I used to say I can't do 4 things. I can't make art. I can't menstruate. I can't give birth, and I cannot breastfeed, right? And art included making music, painting, drawing, any of those things. And I would tell people, they're like, "Oh, you're a positive guy," and I'm like, "Yeah, well, there's four things I can't do." And I told a woman once, and she's like, "Well, I can't do some of those anymore, but that doesn't make me any less, you know, worthy." And I was like, "Oh," and she's like, no, what she said was, "I can't do some of those, but you can make art." And I was like, "You're right." You know, like, of course I can make art. It's just that I didn't. So it took some time and some reorganizing of my own belief and what have you. I got a guitar and I still just like to play it, you know, for myself and my kids. You know, I'm trying to play it more often for other people. I used to bring it to the park and play it there instead of, you know, a lot of times you'll see parents on their phones, and I was like, I'm just gonna be on my guitar. Like, nobody talks, a lot of people don't, well, I didn't talk with a lot of people, so I would just play the guitar. But anyway, so I have to remember. I think I have to go this way.
Powering off.
Oh, powering off. Oh, that's the microphone, the speakerphone. Because I don't have Bluetooth, so I have a little speaker. You know, it's like, oh, you want to spend a bunch of money on a new radio and speakers? Or do you want to just use this $4.99 wireless speaker you got at Goodwill? It's fine. So that was the kind of the genesis in my mind of like, all right, you better listen. Because, and I don't even remember who it was that told me, but it struck me very deeply of like, you can make art. And so I just kind of took a deep breath and moved forward with that. Oh, some motorcycles with bright lights. Blue. It was a blue LED bar right across the bottom of it. Very fancy. So, you know, I did that, and some of you may know and have seen, I, over the last 6 years, painted 16 feet in total. 4 feet by 16. What's 4 times 16? 4 times 10 is 40 times 24, 64 square feet. And in 5 paintings, and I absolutely love them. I had them photographed, and I'm going to be trying to put them on things. You know, I don't I don't want to sell them directly. You know, I don't want to sell the paintings, even though I was asked, and that was awesome. Like, wasn't even thinking about that. And I have a friend, and they're like, do you want to sell that? And I was like, yes, but also no. How does $10,000 sound? You know? But, which, you know, hey. Anyway, put it out there, right? So, put the price that you feel comfortable. And I learned that, oh my gosh. So talking about the treasure bags, you know, I've been trying to figure out a price and what have you, and what are they worth, and you know, and I'm like, I just want to give them to everybody. Everybody loves them, and this will be great. And like, I have to like stop just giving them to people, and they're like, oh, how much are they? I'm like, oh, I'll just give you one. No, just charge people. It's okay. It's okay. But so now I've finished, you know, that canvas. I did secretly, there's one more missing piece, but it's got a different type of art on it, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But that series is done. I started on like a normal canvas, which is like, I don't know, 1.5 by 3 feet maybe. And I paint, and I drew out some drawings, some circles and things, and I painted the whole canvas, the whole thing in a couple of hours. And it was such a shock, because for so long, for 6 years, you know, just to cover the whole back would take me 6 months, you know, and then that put in all the detail around it, you know, or in it, would be the other 6 months ish, or no, actually longer. And that's with painting like several hours at a time, you know. I didn't like paint all the way through for 1.5 years, but you know, I would, you know, work on it when that mood felt right. So the other thing is like, so trying to like recreate that mood feeling right has been something of like, oh, well, I need it to be like this, and I need the music to be like that, and the lighting to be like this, and I'm just thinking, no, you don't. You can just do it. It's inside of you already. You know, that ability is already inside of you. That creativity is already inside of you, and you don't need something to do something. I've, for a long time, you know, if this, then that, you know, and that's such a challenging way to live, like conditionally. And I just want to say, no, I want and I will, or, you know, I need and I will, you know, outside of if something, you know, I get to decide my own self what it is that I want based upon, you know, healthy decisions and, you know, energy and money and all that time, you know. So I would like to say it feels really good to do things that you are kind of uncomfortable thinking about, but secretly that you wanted to do, and it goes into other areas, you know. Yeah, it's with painting, but then it's goes into more than that, and communication, you know. Some of you know that I'm on council or in real estate, and you know, have relationships with people, and those kind of things where like I really want to say this, or I really am feeling this, and in the past I wouldn't really say it. I would just kind of wait and still, and don't get me wrong, I still sometimes wait to say something, because I still don't always feel comfortable kind of when I first think it. It does me some good to kind of wait to say something, because I can be a very expressive, passionate communicator, and sometimes in those moments what happens is that my excitement and energy for it doesn't necessarily go to the place that I wanted it. And so that's been a challenge too, of like, one, recognizing that how I'm communicating isn't always going to the place where I'm coming from. You know, I'm coming from, you know, wherever it is, and then whoever's receiving that information is get it in a totally different place. And so it's recognizing that, and then knowing that I am capable of communicating in different ways because it's important to me that my message is received with the best of intentions, you know. And sometimes that's just like, you just gotta kind of, I have to chill, you know, and it's sometimes really difficult, you know. And taking deep breaths, like truly taking deep breaths, that's something that's like I've been working on to try to do more of, like really like, don't say anything, don't say anything, don't say anything, you know, just waiting. So you know, sometimes, you know, and this is not like the best of videos either, but it's a video and it is communicating something that, you know, that's been going on as far as me and things that I've learned, and it's in line with why I started making these videos anyway. This is my first one driving, so hopefully it doesn't sound too terrible. Well, it might not be the first one driving, but it's the first one that I remember driving since it's been so long. But you know, I do hope that you see, maybe you've been watching up here, there's like trees and sky and blue sky, and you know, it is quite busy. I mean, it is a beautiful, beautiful day, and where you're at watching, you know, that you're able to take some time to enjoy the outside, take deep breaths, remember that you're freaking badass. If you don't remember that, read Jen Sincero. You are a badass. She's written numerous books about that, because you really are a badass in a good way, and capable of amazing things. And don't forget for a second, you know, that's the case. And sure, sometimes we don't. I certainly know that I am like, am I really, can I don't know about this, you know, and you know, it's rather difficult at times, but it's still okay. We're still growing, and you know, capable of accepting all the love that you want. You really can. And just, you know, look at the sun, tilt your head up, and just accept that warmth and sunshine as love, you know. If you want, it's right there. Breathe in, go touch a tree, do things that are, you know, do things that you want to do. Do one thing that you want to do without any excuses. Just do it, you know. Make that a habit of, like, you want to do it, and without conditions. You know, I'm driving to Portland right now because that's what I want to do. I'm gonna. Oh, I should have got gas though. Forgot about that. It's not Portland. It's Beaverton or something. I'm not sure. But now we get to go past these guys. Bye, Dale's Remodeling. My name's Dale. I do remodeling and a Jeep. So yeah, that's about it. It's good. It's so good, and really, there's a lot of love out there. And believe it, because it's there. Oh, I forgot. If you see Scotch broom and you have the time to cut it down, just cut it down. Just cut it down. They're invasive, super fit. They grow really well. Might not be an invasive species where you live, but here it is. You know, just saw it down. Just cut her down. Sure, she's beautiful. He's beautiful, but totally invasive. I just saw some, that's why. Anyway, take care. Really enjoy some time for yourself, and I know that there's love out there for you. All right, I'll see you later.